Everyone keeps talking about cheap states in America. Cheap houses, low cost of living, low taxes. But in 2026, millions of Americans are learning the hard way that cheap does not mean affordable. Because in some states, the house price is only the beginning. Hidden costs, exploding insurance, property tax traps, and infrastructure failures are turning these affordable states into financial sinkholes. Economists are calling this the great cost of living illusion, places that look cheap on Zillow but slowly drain your bank account until retirement savings disappear. Today, we're exposing 3 U.S. states that look affordable but can quietly bankrupt you in 2026. And if you're thinking about moving to the #1 state on this list, you might want to rethink that decision immediately. Let's dive in. Number 3, Louisiana. This is perhaps the most tragic entry on our list. The culture, the food, the music, Louisiana is an American treasure, but financially, it is a disaster zone. You can buy a home here for $215,000. It is incredibly cheap, but there is a reason for that fire sale pricing. Louisiana is the canary in the coal mine for the global insurance collapse. Major insurers, the names you know and trust, have packed their bags and left. They have crunched the numbers on hurricanes, flooding, and litigation, and they said, no more. If you buy a home in southern Louisiana today, you are likely forced onto the Citizens Plan, the state-run insurer of last resort. The premiums are astronomical. We are talking about $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a year for a modest home, and the coverage, it is paper thin. But the trap goes deeper than hurricanes. It's the legal environment. Louisiana has some of the highest auto insurance rates in the nation. Why? Because of a legal system that encourages litigation and high accident rates. So, let's do the math for a new resident. You save money on the mortgage, but you pay double the national average for home insurance. You pay double the national average for car insurance. And you pay the highest combined sales tax in America, averaging 9.55%. And then there's Cancer Alley. The industrial corridor along the Mississippi River creates jobs, yes, but it also creates health liabilities. We're seeing families moving out not because of money, but because of health. If you move to Louisiana for the cheap housing, you are effectively betting your savings against Mother Nature and a crumbling infrastructure. In 2026, the house always wins. Number 2, the heavy hitter, Texas. Don't California my Texas. That was the slogan, but the irony is that Texas has become just as expensive as the state they mock. They just charge you in a different way. The Texas trap is subtle. It baits you with no state income tax. Keep your whole paycheck, they say. And that sounds amazing until you get your property tax bill. Texas has some of the highest effective property tax rates in the country. In many areas, it's near 2%, but in the booming suburbs around Austin, Dallas, and Houston, there's a hidden layer called MUD taxes, municipal utility districts. Developers build infrastructure and pass the debt on to homeowners. In these districts, your tax rate can hit 3%. So let's do the math. You buy a $400,000 house, your annual tax bill is $12,000. That's $1,000 a month just in property taxes. Even after your mortgage is paid off, the bill never disappears. But the real trap in 2026 is aggressive reassessment. Texas reassesses home values every single year. If your home value jumps from $400,000 to $600,000, your tax bill jumps with it. Thousands of retirees are being taxed out of homes they already own. And let's not forget the power grid. After the massive failures earlier in the decade, many homeowners now feel forced to install backup generators. That's another $15,000 expense. Texas might not take income tax. It finds other ways to take your money. Number 1, Florida. For decades, Florida was the ultimate retirement destination. Sunshine, beaches, no income tax. But today, Florida has become the poster child for what economists now call the escrow squeeze. The average home price sits around $400,000, but the real cost is insurance. Florida's home insurance market is broken. The average premium has exploded to $6,000 per year. In coastal areas, it can exceed $10,000 annually. And sometimes, you can't even get insurance at all. But the biggest financial shock right now is the Florida condo crisis. After the tragic Surfside condo collapse, new laws now require condo associations to fully fund structural repair reserves. That means massive bills for owners. People who once paid $400 a month in HOA fees are now facing $2,000 monthly fees. Some owners are receiving special assessments of $50,000, even $80,000. Due immediately. Imagine buying a retirement condo for $200,000 and suddenly getting an $80,000 repair bill. You can't pay it. You can't sell the condo. You're trapped. And on top of everything, Florida now has one of the highest inflation rates in America. Plumbers, electricians, restaurants, home repairs. You are paying New York prices on a Florida retirement income. The Florida dream hasn't disappeared, but financially, it has become one of the riskiest bets in America. So here's the real lesson. The cheapest house does not mean the cheapest life. In 2026, the biggest financial mistake Americans are making isn't buying expensive homes, it's moving to places where hidden costs never stop rising. Insurance, property taxes, utilities, and infrastructure failures that quietly drain your savings. But here's the question. Do you live in Florida, Texas, or Louisiana? Have your insurance or property taxes exploded recently? Tell us the real numbers in the comments. Americans need to hear the truth.